They said he fainted the moment he heard the news. Oil had been discovered on the very farm he sold just a week ago. The farmer had worked on that small piece of land for most of his life. Day after day, under the burning sun and through the heavy rains, planting and harvesting, hoping that someday, something greater would come out of his struggles. The land gave him just enough to survive, but never enough to make him feel fulfilled. He was a lonely man. No family, only his farm and a loyal servant who had been with him for years. But deep inside, he longed for more. He often dreamed of leaving the village behind, wearing fine suits, working in an office, and finally starting a family. One evening, after another long, disappointing day, he sighed heavily and looked at his servant. "I can't do this anymore," he said, his voice heavy with frustration. "I need someone to buy this land. I want to move to the city. I want a real life." The servant, a young man who had quietly saved money over the years, paused. He didn't have much, but he saw an opportunity. With courage, he spoke, "Master, I don't have much, but I'll give you what I have. Let me buy the land." The farmer looked at him and laughed bitterly. "This land? It barely fits me. If you want it, take it." And so, with a few pieces of paper signed and exchanged, the servant became the new owner. The farmer, feeling a strange mix of relief and hope, packed his belongings and left for the city. He believed he was finally free to chase the life he had always wanted. But destiny had something else in store. Barely a week later, surveyors from an oil company came to the land. After a few tests, they made a discovery that shook the entire community. Crude oil lay hidden beneath the soil. The land that had barely fed its owner was sitting on untold wealth. The company asked for the owner, and it was the servant who stepped forward with the documents in hand. What he had bought with little savings was now worth millions. Overnight, the servant became a rich man. The news spread like wildfire, and it wasn't long before it reached the farmer in the city. Still struggling to even get a job interview, he couldn't believe his ears. His servant, a multimillionaire. His land, the land he thought was worthless. The shock was too heavy for his heart. He collapsed where he stood. That was how a servant became the master, and a master lost everything. Impatience and lack of vision can make a man sell his destiny. Sometimes, the very thing we despise is the treasure we've been praying for.